Okay, I've given it about a minute, so I'll get started here. Good morning, everybody, or good noon hour, everybody, if you're in the mountain daylight time. My name's Rob, and I'm a fitness instructor here in Wainwright, and today we're going to be doing sorry, that was just a sump pump going off. So today we're going to be doing a core workout, working on, of course, abs, the front of your core, your obliques, as well as your glutes, and getting a little bit of quad activation in there because those help as well during a lot of these core exercises. So core workout today. We're going to be doing curl-ups, planks, glute bridges, dead bugs, mountain climbers, bird dog, side plank with a hip touch on the floor, and some Spider-Man planks. We're going to be going through it relatively quickly with no rest in between exercises, but then a 2-minute rest between rounds and completing 3 rounds. Before we get started here, hello. Hello from Vancouver, that's pretty cool. Hello from Wainwright. Before we get started, we do have a disclaimer that we have to read, so I've included it there in the description of the video, but I'll read it out loud as well. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the telefitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. Simply by clicking on the links in the description. By continuing with this telefitness class, you understand that there is a possibility of physical injury and you agree that you do so voluntarily at your own risk. You also assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to your participation in this telefitness class. Man, tripping over my words there. But that being said, core workout today, just like I said before, and if you have music that you want to listen to while performing the workout, feel free, of course, to listen to that at home. I won't be playing any music here, but put on your favorite tunes and we'll get through it. We're going to do a quick 5-minute warm-up and then we'll get right to it. Hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clear. I think it's working pretty well because nobody said otherwise. So we'll start out with the warm-up, nice and easy. All you need for today as well is a bottle of water and a mat or a towel to work on. And if you don't have a mat or a towel, even that's not fully necessary. Just a open spot on the floor and a bottle of water, hopefully. So we'll bring it back to our mat here. All we're going to do to start out with, just nice, easy, high plank, just to sort of get the core muscles engaged to start off with. So starting from a tabletop position here, got hands and knees on the floor. All we're going to do is squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Try and put your shoulder blades in your back pocket. Imagine you're just sliding them down towards your glutes. And from here, engage your glutes, squeeze your quads as well. And then all we're going to do is curl our toes under and then pop up into a high plank, keeping the body nice and straight from head to toe. Shoulders tucked down and back. And just holding this for a few seconds, about 10 seconds on here. And then we're going to do a quick little rest and then back up into it. So set the knees back down, take a short little rest, and we're going to go right back into it again. Just trying to get some activation here, feeling how your body feels today and how it feels to get these things going. So same thing, tabletop position, hands under shoulders, curl the toes, get everything ready to go, and then pop up into a high plank. Again, everything straight head to toe. You want your ears, your shoulders, your hips, and your ankles all to be in line. Holding here just for a few seconds. Nice and strong. And 3, 2, 1. We'll set it back down. We're going to do one more high plank and then warm up here, and then we'll move on to something else. And then we'll do a couple more minutes and then we'll get into our actual workout. So, one more time here. Tabletop position, press the hands down to the floor. If your wrists are a little sore during this as well, try and make sure you're spreading your fingers nice and wide. If your fingers are all close together, that does tend to put a bit more stress on your wrists. So spread the fingers out nice and wide. If that still doesn't feel good, you can try coming up on your fists like this. And if that doesn't work either, then feel free to go down into a low plank, and hopefully that'll alleviate some of that for you. So one more time here, popping up into a high plank. 3, 2, 1, and up. Again, holding here for about 10 seconds. Press the heels back. Don't forget to breathe. Nice and strong. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. From here, we're just going to turn it around onto our backs. We're going to do a few glute bridges and glute bridge holds. So same thing there as with the high plank or the low plank, depending on what you chose. We're going to lie back on our mat or on our towel, feet out, and knees at 90 degrees. All we're going to do from here, take a deep breath, and then get your back nice and flat on the floor. Hands can rest at your stomach or at your sides, whatever you prefer. And from here, press the heels into the floor, lift the butt up off the floor here, and then squeezing your glutes and your hamstrings, pressing it up towards the ceiling, and just holding here just for a few seconds. Same thing as with the plank. Again, squeezing the glutes. They're an important part of your core. We're going to be working them today, along with our abs and our obliques. And so it's important to get them warmed up as well. Just let your head rest on the floor. Try not to lift it up or move it around like crazy. And from here, all we're going to do is just lower it back down nice and slow. And resting here for a few seconds before getting back into it. Make sure everything's still working fine. Looks like it. I'm over here, so lying back. Again, hands at your sides or on your stomach. And from here, press the heels into the floor, lift it up slightly, make sure your glutes are engaged before pressing up, and then holding in a bridge position. Again, don't forget to breathe. And we'll go in about 3, 2, 1, and lower it back down. And again, just resting a few seconds. For one last time, one more bridge hold. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up a little bit, make sure everything's engaged, and then press up to the ceiling and hold. If you'd like, you can kind of shift your weight from side to side a little bit. Just from one foot to the other. Nothing too crazy. And from here, bring it back down, set your hips on the floor, and we're just going to demo a few curl-ups since they're one of the exercises that people tend to break down the technique of a little bit. So for our curl-ups, very similar to a sit-up. We're going to start back in that same position that we start for a sit-up or a glute bridge or anything like that. Knees are at 90 degrees, except for the curl up here. Hands are always going to be resting on the floor. The reason for that is that if you start to lift your hands up, you can start to cheat with them and get a little bit of momentum by pushing them forward or just by swinging your body. If your hands rest on the floor, it takes them out of the equation for the actual movement portion of the concentric portion of the repetition. So lying back, hands are on the floor here. All we're going to do, squeeze our core just to lift up off the floor. And all we're doing is lifting up shoulder blades. I don't know if it's hard, might be hard to see with the hoodie on here, but I'm just lifting my shoulder blades plus a little bit more off the floor. But all it needs to be is shoulder blades, a little bit of the core contraction there. And that way we're not rounding through the lower back. Because with sit-ups typically coming all the way up to here, you're rounding quite a bit through the lower back, puts a lot of stress through your vertebrae and the tissue surrounding your vertebrae. So curl up, hands on the floor, bring it up, shoulder blades off the floor, lower back stays straight, lower it back down. Breathing out with each repetition. and breathing in on the way back down. So grab a drink of water. We'll get right into the workout after this. Hopefully your core, your glutes, your quads, everything's nice and warmed up. I'll go through the exercises one more time. So curl-ups, plank, glute bridge, dead bug, mountain climber, bird dog, side plank with a hip touch, and Spider-Man high plank. The only ones you guys might not be aware of there, we've only done them once I think before in some of my workouts. The side plank hip touch, just what it sounds like, up in a side plank position, and then touching your hip down to the floor, and then squeezing your obliques and your core, bring it back up to the top. Touch the floor with your hip, bring it back up. Nice and easy. Spider-Man high plank, from a high plank position, just bringing your knee forward along the outside of your body up towards your elbow and back down, alternating sides, back and forth, while keeping that nice high plank technique, staying straight from head to toe. Those are the only ones I think you guys might have trouble with, or might not be aware of, or familiar with. So, nice and easy. We'll grab a drink of water, and then we'll get right to it. I'm going to take my sweater off as well. It was pretty cold down here when I started, but I've warmed up a little bit. So just give me 1 second here. And we're back. Apologize for leaving the frame there. One more drink of water and we'll get right to it. So remember, no rest between exercises. It's nice and quick tempo through the whole thing, but we'll have a nice 2-minute rest after the rounds, and it's 3 rounds total. Make sure there's nothing going on in the comments here. Gotta love the core workouts. Absolutely, core workouts. Ton of fun. Good Wednesday workout too. Can get you through the middle of the week. One more drink of water, and here we go. Okay, so starting with curl-ups here. Just like we practiced there in the warm-up. Curl-ups are the very first thing we're going to be doing. So 10 reps of curl-ups, and then we're going into a 30-second plank right after that. So get ready after you're done your 10 reps to flip over and get right into a high plank or low plank. It's up to you. Oh, but here we go. Knees at 90 degrees, hands on the floor at your sides, starting with curl-ups in 3, 2, 1, 10 reps. So squeezing, bringing shoulder blades up off the floor. 3, and 10. Flipping it over right into a 30-second plank. So here we go, pressing it up. I'm going to be doing a low plank here, but you choose whatever is appropriate for you. Low plank, high plank, totally your decision. And we're going for 30 seconds. We've done 10 already. So here we go. Getting through the second half of it. Nice and strong. After this plank, 3, 2, 1, flipping it back over into a glute bridge. 10 reps of a glute bridge. 1. And remember, it isn't a race to get through these reps, so don't just knock them out like crazy here. Take your time. We want quality more than speed here. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right after these glute bridges, we're going into a dead bug. So arms and legs up in the air here, an opposite arm, opposite leg, extending out. Pause for a second, bring it back up to the top. We're doing 10 per side, so 20 reps total here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, squeeze your abs. Keep your lower back pressed into the floor. That's going to help you stay nice and stable here. I think that's 10. We'll go back down. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it back up and flipping it over. We're going into a mountain climber. Whew, nice slow mountain climber. So here we go, high plank, shoulders tucked down and back. And all we're going to do, bring the knee forward between your hands here. Again, we're going 10 per side. 4, 5, and we're doing them nice and slow today too. We're not rushing through them and losing our form. Everything's under control. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. After our mountain climbers, going straight into bird dog. Bird dog, same as dead bug, except we're in tabletop. So opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out. Pause for a second at the top, bring it back down. Again, keeping everything nice and straight, under control. I think that's 6. We're going for 10 per side, so it's going to be 20 total here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right after these bird dogs, side plank, hip touch, we're going into only 5 per side for the side plank here. So bringing it up and touch down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna bring it around. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I cheat myself out of a rep there. Oh, last one, Spider-Man high plank. So from a high plank position, 10 reps per side, bringing the knee out to the side and back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. Alrighty, and we'll take a 2-minute rest here. That's one round. That's Spider-Man high plank. Kind of a mean one to end on. That's a tough one. Oh, but get a nice rest here, recover for the next go. Make sure you've got your water handy. And we've got a little bit of rest time. Oh, Andre Pelletier is watching from Edmonton. How's it going, Andre? Oh. Andre and I went to university together at the University of Western Ontario. We're both in kin. Oh. Now working in Edmonton. So here we go. We've got about a minute of rest left, and then we'll get back into round 2. If anybody was having any trouble with any of those exercises, and you have any questions or you need a modification that I haven't provided for you, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section there, and some of my colleagues will be in there able to answer questions for you as well, since it's a little difficult for me to answer questions while doing all these exercises. Hopefully he's participating and not just watching. I hope so. Andre's a pretty darn good athlete. He better be participating. Big strong rower. So, whew. Yeah, here we go. We've got about 10 more seconds. We're gonna get back on the mat and we'll get to it. Starting with curl ups again. We're gonna be going from lying back, knees at 90 degrees, hands resting on the floor. 3, 2, 1, curling it up. Just lifting the shoulder blades up off the floor, not rounding through the lower back. Breathing out as you contract, breathing in as you lower back down. 6, I think. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And flipping it over. Going right into our plank. 30-second plank. In 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and straight from head to toe. Keep the shoulder blades tucked down and back. Press those heels back, squeezing the quads, squeezing the glutes, giving your core as much help as you can. Then we're halfway through. That's 15 seconds already. Keep it going. Nice and strong. Second round's going to be even better than the first. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And flipping it back over, going into glute bridge. So knees at 90 degrees, lying back. Hands at your sides. Press the hips up towards the ceiling. 10 reps. That's 1. 2. Squeezing through the glutes and the hamstrings. 3, 4. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we go, flipping it over once again. Going straight, no, keeping it on your back here, going into dead bugs. So arms and legs both up in the air, opposite arm, opposite leg, extend out, bring it back up to the top. We're going 20 reps total, so 10 per side here. Remember, squeeze the abs, press the lower back into the floor to help stabilize yourself. If you've got a big space here between your back and the floor, that's not going to be helping you, not going to be doing you any favors. So press the lower back down to help stabilize yourself. I've lost track of what I'm at here, so we're going to say that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bringing it up. This time we are flipping it over, up into a mountain climber, nice and slow, not racing through these reps, 10 per side, 20 total. So same thing, bringing that knee forward, in between your elbows. That's 4. From a good, strong, high plank position. Once again, I've lost track, so I'm going to say that's 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. After a mountain climber is going into bird dog, so from a tabletop position, 10 reps per side, opposite arm, opposite leg, extending out. Pause at the top, bring it back down. You guys keep going. I'm going to stop for a second because something's popped up here on my phone. Just want to make sure we're doing okay, we're doing fine. You guys keep going with those bird dogs. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to the mat. Hopefully you guys are finishing up those bird dogs. We'll give you a few more seconds for it, and then we're going to go into our side plank hip touch. So from here, I'm assuming you guys have finished there. Side plank hip touch, up into a side plank, 5 reps per side, touch the hip down to the floor, squeeze it back up. 3, and 4, and 5. Spinning it around. And on the other side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last one, Spider-Man high plank, 10 reps per side. So from a high plank position, get set, shoulder blades down and back, press up, nice strong high plank. And the knee comes to the outside this time, rather than in between the elbows. 10 reps per side, 20 total. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, everybody, take a well-deserved rest. Good job on that second round there. Grab a drink of water. And we're going to go through it one more time before finishing up. Oh, all the shout outs for Andre Pelletier. Yeah, Leo went to university at Western as well with everybody. We got the whole Western crew on this video. Oh. So one more round here. Got about a minute and a half left of rest time. I'm surprised I haven't caught any flack on here yet for shaving my beard. A little bit different look. Quarantine beard's all gone. It's weird. Look like a presentable human being now. We'll see. We'll see if on the rewatch anybody catches what's different about me early in the video. So here we go. We've got about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to get into our third and final round of our Wednesday lunchtime core workout. So we're going to get ready, get back on our mat. Keep your water close as well. If you need to take a drink, of course, at any time, take a sip of water if you need it. And we're going to go through this one more time. Got a pretty low camera angle here since the entire workout is on the ground. So hopefully I'm not stepping out of frame too much. But here we go. Final round. Hope everybody's ready to go. Starting with curl ups and then flipping over into the plank. So here we go. Knees at 90 degrees. Don't race through it. Good quality reps the whole time. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3. And that's 10. Flipping it over, going straight into our plank, high plank, low plank, whatever you prefer. 2, 1, and go. Tuck the shoulder blades down and back. Squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes. Nice and straight from head to toe here. 10 seconds into it. Final round here. Make sure everything's good. High quality repetitions. Don't cheat yourself out of any sort of benefits from this. 5 seconds left, nice and strong. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to bring it around into a glute bridge. 10 reps. Knees at 90 degrees. 3, 2, 1. Press it up and back down. Again, not a race. Good quality reps. Take a couple seconds to press up to the top and a couple seconds to come back down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here we go. There's 10. Leave after that. Going straight into dead bugs. So legs and arms up, and then opposite leg and arm extending out. That's 2. We're going 20 total, 10 per side. 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything under control. 7. Waiting until your arm and your leg are both back up at the top before the other ones leave. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew, bring it up from our dead bug. over into a mountain climber. Good, strong high plank position, hands spread nice and wide. Curl the toes under, press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Remember, we're going 10 per side, so 20 total. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. After our mountain climbers, coming into bird dog. Opposite leg, opposite arm. Extending out, pause at the top, bring it back down. Extend out, pause at the top, bring it back down. 20 total here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And bring it down into our side plank with the hip touch. 5 reps per side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Spinning it around. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then coming into our Spider-Man high plank to finish off. 10 per side. Last one. Whew. Water bottle just fell over, sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. Try to stay as straight as possible through here. Don't let your lower back round too much. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. Alrighty, well done everybody. Good job. Grab a drink of water. I'm going to take a minute before going into our cool down. So if your heart rate is really high, keep walking around for a little bit. Let your heart rate and your blood pressure come down gradually. But for now, grab a drink of water, rest up before we get into our cool down. I got the flack from the Merton household yesterday. Yes, I did. That's true. Sasha wasn't very happy with me. That's okay, it's hair, it grows back. Hopefully. Not gone forever. So, for our cool down here, if you're still walking around, bring it back to your mat. Ooh, just in time, low battery on my phone. Sorry about my hand there, guys. We're gonna bring it back to our mat here. A little bit difficult to stretch out the core, so we're going to stretch out a lot of the muscles surrounding your core and a lot of the kind of assisting muscles that we use today. So glutes, quads, a little bit of core stuff as well, but we're going to start out just with glutes. So sitting back, going into a glute stretch, bringing your right foot across your left knee, and then hug that knee towards your body. And like I say, pretty much every week with this stretch, experiment a little bit with this one since everybody has a little bit different shape in their hips. Experiment with it a little bit with the angle of your body, with how you pull your leg towards yourself, whether it's more straight towards your chest or whether it's more on an angle or to the side, because everybody will feel a little bit different stretch with this one here. So you've got to experiment with it a little bit. And we'll hold for about 10 to 30 seconds. A little bit longer if your glutes are particularly tight. I'm going to switch right about now, going left foot over right knee and hugging it towards myself. Hopefully everybody's feeling pretty good. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. My colleagues will be there to answer them for you, and I'll be sticking around for a few minutes as well afterwards if there are any questions, to kind of stick around and answer some of those. Hopefully this was a good core workout here for your lunch hour, or if you're in a different time zone, then either a little bit before or a little bit after lunch. So after doing our glute stretches there, all we're going to do is come into a bit of a quad stretch. So I'm not going to stand up for this one because obviously I'll be out of frame here, but standing up on one foot, just want you guys to reach back and then pull your quad, or pardon me, your ankle, to stretch out your quad here. So you'd be standing up on one foot. I'm just going to be doing it on my knee so that my head isn't up out of frame and you guys are looking at my stomach. But just a nice easy quad stretch, holding for, again, 10 to 30 seconds and switching sides. I'm going to switch here, keeping the knees nice and close together and finding a spot on the floor to look at to help you balance. You don't want your legs to be winging out like crazy like this. You want to keep it nice and close together. Whew. And it is hard to balance on your knee rather than your foot. Don't ever take your feet for granted. They're the only thing, the only interface between your body and the ground. So anyways, after that quad stretch here, we're going to bring it up into a hip flexor stretch. So setting your knee down on the floor into a lunge, one leg forward, one leg back. You can have your knee on the floor or up on your toe if that's uncomfortable for your knee. I'm going to do my knee on the floor so that I'm not up at frame. And all you're going to do is just lean your body forward slightly so that you're stretching out in the front of your hip here. So you're keeping everything nice and straight forward so that you're not turning to the side and stretching out your groin instead. And then all we're doing, leaning it forward and hopefully feeling the stretch here in the very top and front of your leg. Again, holding for about 10 to 30 seconds. And switch sides here. So again, keep the hips pointing straight forward and then just lean it forward. Try and keep your body up as well. Don't collapse your body forward like this, otherwise your hip flexors, they connect, or they cross the front of your hip joint here, so from your torso down into your leg. And if you lean your torso forward, you're going to be putting a lot of slack into those muscles and they're not actually going to be stretching. So you don't want to slack forward because that'll slack your hip flexor muscles. And again, 10 to 30 seconds here, and then we'll go into our last stretch, which I think this one's called Cobra in yoga. I'm not a yoga teacher, but there are a couple in our ranks at PSP, so they might correct me in the comments here, but baby cobra or something like that. Lying forward on your stomach. All we're going to do, hands are on the floor here, but we're just going to lift up our chest up and away from the floor, just using our hands to support ourselves and hopefully feeling a little bit of the stretch through the front of your body here. Again, shoulders are tucked down and back, not up here shrugging up near your ears. Keep everything tucked down and back, and then relax down. We'll go into it one more time. Just bringing your body up, supporting yourself nice and gently with your hands here. If this hurts in your lower back at all, don't keep doing it. Just relax down, and you can feel free to skip this one. It's not crucial. And we'll relax it back down, and then bring it up. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that workout. Good core workout for a Wednesday. Like we said early on, Wednesdays, good day for a core workout. Get you through the middle of the week and in towards the weekend. So one last drink of water. And I'll just say thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. We'll be back in Wainwright here with workouts on Monday at 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and then normal schedule Mondays 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock, Tuesdays at 8 a.m. and Wednesdays at 12. So see everybody next week. Thanks again. Bye, guys.